Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you all. Thank you so much for your dear patience with this reading. I appreciate that so much. It's the 3rd of March that we're recording this on, this video in particular, and the time is 1:23, just as I'm filming this for you. So for whoever may resonate specifically with that number, frequency, sequence, then there it is. Okay, let's proceed with your reading, dear Libra, and this is your March overview thematic reading, approximately spanning between the 1st and 31st of the month. I'm hearing magnetic potential for you specifically. And out pops this Daughter of Cups in reverse, the Death card in reverse, and the Strength card in reverse. Okay, major overlap with Gemini. Leo, I'm hearing Leo, 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 and you do have the Strength card here. This is the card of Leo in the major arcana. But Libra, I was getting for you a strong focus specifically on Gemini, and you came through strongly in Gemini's reading. Okay, so there may be overlap there if you know Gemini, if there's Gemini as an archetype prominently placed in your chart. If Gemini is prominently placed in your chart, then you may want to check that video out. Nonetheless, I'm also getting for you, Libra, that there is a certain, I'm hearing a question of a next step, and I'm hearing by way of what it is that you value as an emotion, as what you feel also in a certain way feeds your desire to feel emotionally. I'm hearing aware of yourself, and it's almost like there's a focus here, Libra, on what it is that in a certain way you mark as a certain beginning within the emotional dimension. You have here the Fool that just pops out right over this 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Daughter of Cups in reverse and pending. You may be dealing with a water sign as well for a number of you. Somebody who has a lot of perhaps fire and water, who is also perhaps related to the Scorpio archetype. Let's see here what pops through. The 7 of Swords upright. Emperor in reverse. The 7 of Cups upright. The 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, there are 2 sevens here. A focus on communication, specifically as it pertains to our perception of what we feel. I'm hearing we are the gatekeeper, the gateholder of. And there's a question of direction here for you, and it's almost like, wow, I'm hearing how are we moving through things? I'm hearing, and I'm getting here that there's a strong focus on the many ways in which a certain, I'm hearing partnership specifically, can be pursued. And you have the 9 of Swords that flipped over upside down right over the 9 of Cups, and the High Priestess here sitting just at the base between the Daughter of Cups and the 9 of Cups, overlaying the Chariot, overlaying the Lovers, overlaying the Father of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands. Okay, there is a certain circumstantial shift that you feel you are in a certain way. I'm hearing tiptoeing around. Okay, and it's almost like I'm hearing I'm hearing a major conversation. I'm hearing for a number of you, this is a major change. This is a shift. I'm hearing to the habitat that in a certain way in requires of me to uphold a certain recognition of emotional assets. And how is it that I am engaging emotionally in this conversation? How is it that I am emotionally, I'm hearing, perhaps I'm hearing at odds with as well, what it is that I feel this experience almost pokes and prods me to bring into form as a reflection of myself. And it's so interesting because there is this focus, as I'm getting it for you, Libra, on, I'm hearing the he, the she, the it, however it is that may resonate with you in particular. On, I'm hearing the dynamics, I'm hearing of the discourse, I'm hearing intercourse as well for a number of you, however that may resonate with you in particular. There is a focus on almost how it is that we are participating, and I'm hearing the values with which we participate and what is integrated on a personal level. I'm hearing in a personal dimension. And there is, though, as you may feel it, it's almost like I'm hearing that there's only one way, I'm hearing, to know. There's only one way to move forward as well from a state of, I'm hearing, thinking, and I'm hearing processing, internalizing. I'm hearing also, I'm hearing interpreting. Okay, specifically I'm hearing interpreting what is felt I'm hearing in a way that is, I'm hearing fire-winded, and I'm hearing fire-footed. You may be dealing here with a Capricorn for a number of you. Capricorn may be a focus for you in your own personal chart. However it is that it does resonate, there is a focus here on the alluding to passion, specifically fire. And we're seeing here a sort of confrontation in a conscious way between our ability to rationalize and process, I'm hearing again, interpret what is felt and experienced on an emotional level, also that which relates perhaps to esoterics, perhaps to as well spirituality, energy specifically, that we realize is a conversation that changes what it is that we feel is the context through which we are working, I'm hearing specifically, and operating here, performing for a number of you, okay? There is absolutely, right, I'm alluding to matters of love, partnership, however it is that that may resonate with you, be it the personal relationship that you are upholding within yourself, and that is always, right, an ongoing relationship that we are partaking in. How is it that we are upholding a certain relationship with ourselves? Right, and the yin and the yang, the yin and the yang propensities within us, how are they in a certain way working as one? There is a focus here as well on reflections as I'm getting it, and you may be dealing with a Cancer, you may be dealing with crossover between matters of home life, family life, and that which is related as well to the physical dimension, the physical body, perhaps as well physical assets, material assets, or experiences. I'm hearing, but there is an onset of a certain vision, and it's almost like I'm imagining you, Libra. It's like I'm hearing, I know what's coming. I'm hearing it's the threshold. I'm hearing we're reaching the threshold. We've met the threshold of passion, of knowing what it is that we, in a certain way, understand this passion leads us to. There is a form of creation that is involved, as you may feel it. And the question is exactly, well, what is the paradigm shift that enables and capacitates the changes that we seek? There is the recognition further that it is, and it holds with it a certain sense, I'm hearing, and diameter, I'm hearing as well dialect of transformation, of change, and you have here the Death card, right, mirroring here this Eight of Wands, okay? But again, the focus is on your sort of the sense of I'm hearing I'm hearing specifically your cooperation and your consciousness of what is carried through this experience emotionally. And the basis, as I'm getting it, is emotional, is very much, I'm hearing almost a Neptunian, and it's almost like, and I'm beckoned to mention those of you who may be engaging with a certain individual who's got a lot of Neptune in the chart, or if perhaps I'm beckoned to mention synastry, if that's something of focus for you, however that it may resonate. There is almost this, I'm hearing this glorification of ideals that are, yet again, based in an emotional frequency of sorts. And the question, though, is almost like, well, when we wake up, I'm hearing in the morning, how is it that I'm hearing fiscally as well, monetarily, financially, how is it that we are physically finding our footing as one? I'm hearing together, I'm hearing the time and the place, and it's like almost like, well, there may be, I'm hearing specifically a shift in the time and the place that may best serve whatever this experience may be, that may best also illuminate for us what it is that we feel, where it is we feel we want to take this experience, okay? Now, strong focus on love, on pleasure here, especially here for you, dear Libra, and I'm hearing Leo for you strongly. You have here, I'm hearing slapping it down like a sticker, the Temperance card upright. This is Sagittarius card in the Major Arcana, right over the Magician in reverse, the Father of Wands upright, the Star upright. Beautiful energies here. The Magician and the Magician looks actually in reverse, over at the spread, over at the High Priestess specifically, and similarly at the Fool, who sits just before the High Priestess, almost as if I'm hearing on guard, I'm hearing on watch, on call. You have, though, the Father of Wands and Temperance who look off into the future, and there's such a visionary, I'm hearing, aspect and component here to what feels to be an experience of exalted passion, and specifically that which is carried through time. And it's almost like I'm hearing this is not just fleeting. I'm hearing this is not just going to be a memory. This is not just going to be an experience I'm hearing specifically through time and space. What I harbor and hold as a frequency within this experience in a personal way, in an emotional way, for me, sets the stage for how I move through it. So beautiful. Now, there is perhaps a focus on exactly and an openness as well to how it is that this experience in a creative way, by way of our creative self-expression, is to be sort of characterized as, okay, and there is an open-endedness with that, okay. Nonetheless, Libra, and I'm hearing Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo for you right here. I'm hearing Scorpio, I'm hearing scapegoat, whatever that may mean. To a number of you do have the card of Scorpio in the major arcana here. There is, as I'm feeling it, a head over heart conversation that is ongoing. I'm hearing repetitive. It's almost like I'm imagining somebody who I'm hearing sets their left hand out and asks a certain question. Okay, well, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling what I'm feeling, and I can't. I'm hearing work around that feeling, or move this feeling I'm hearing out of my realm of habitat. I'm hearing specifically, and you maybe feel like, oh, okay, well, the emotional dimension is in a certain way so relevant for me, so clearly holding and bearing a certain influence over what it is that I feel I'm participating in creatively through time over time. There is, though, then the sense that when you take your other hand and you sort of I'm hearing switch the dance, and you think, okay, well, there are so many ways that I could interpret what it is that I'm feeling. There are so many. I'm hearing diameters. I'm hearing diagrams of thought that, in a certain way, can be constructed by. I'm hearing the variables of the emotional dimension of what it is that I'm feeling. And the question is, I'm hearing, does my mind match up with my heart, so to speak, as you may be feeling it? How is it that, in a certain way, I wish and I seek to, and I feel that I can merge these two propensities, that which is of my perception, my ability to rationalize and also communicate of what it is that I may be feeling in any given moment, and that which is based simply in I'm hearing the onset of emotions. To also, I'm hearing to dream, the propensity to dream, and it's almost like, for a number of you, if you've got a lot of air in your chart or a lot of earth in your chart, specifically Capricorn, and Becca to mention that for a number of you, there could be this sort of tendency to, I'm hearing double our actions with thought. I'm hearing prejudice, however it is that may resonate with you. It's almost like, okay, well, I feel so much, and I'm hearing, I appreciate so much. I can appreciate so much of the emotional dimension. But how is it that, in a certain way, I'm hearing conforming to my own self-expression that is based in and as a perceptive course of action that I, in a certain way, have rationalized taking on. And it's like, how is it that what I'm feeling in a certain way, I'm hearing, is to measure up to a certain standard that I have set in my mind through, I'm hearing as well, perhaps the viewpoints and the sort of, I'm hearing, through the conversations of others. There could be a social component here, perhaps. How is it that a certain, I'm hearing, social, I'm hearing character, how it is that, in a certain way, perhaps we uphold a certain character within a certain societal group, so to speak. I'm hearing social standing. How is it, yet again, though, that what it is that I'm feeling in a certain way forms a questioning process with my ability to synthesize what is an inherent understanding of love. Okay, and that can be taken in a number of ways, right? What does love mean to you? What does love carry through you, for you, to you? How is it that what it is that we deem as love, in a certain way, is met by our ability to I'm hearing commercialize, standardize in a certain way, as you may perceive it, as others may perceive it, as a certain industry may perceive it, what it is that is dynamic, I'm hearing, and free range. What is simply, I'm hearing, of my making, can be taken in a number of ways. What is it that I feel I am creating of love? What do I create as an independent individual? I'm here through my performance, specifically for a number of you, of love. How is it that what I create reflects both my resonance factor of love, and I'm hearing as well the boundaries that I've set around concepts of self-expression? I'm getting a strong focus on the emotional dimension for you, dear Libra. I'm hearing Scorpio, Aries. I'm hearing Sagittarius as well. I'm hearing Pisces as well coming through. How is it that our creative self-expression through time in a certain way is a reflection of our bearings of the concept and framework of love? And I'm getting that you, in a certain way, it's a self-reflective process. Okay, and I'm hearing prophecy as well. What is it that we, in a certain way, also wish to embody as an ideal, as an idealized state? I'm hearing as a hyper, I'm hearing ventilated state of emotional cognizance. And I'm hearing as well clarity through our many experiences that we showcase. I'm hearing through our talent. And yet again, I'm getting here, Libra, that there is a focus on exactly how it is that we come about, what it is that we are grappling with. I'm hearing esoterically, that in a certain way is related to the emotional dimension, how it is that we in a certain way process our emotions. I'm hearing through the heart space, through the heart valve, I'm hearing heart chakra. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in, dear Libra. Love and light to you all, and thank you so much again for your dear patience with this reading. I'll be back soon with your mid-March readings. Stay tuned for that. And we've just stepped out through the full moon in Virgo. Okay, so for those of you who have Virgo prominently placed in your chart in this period of time, just between the first, a few days prior, and the, let's say, 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, just as this full moon frequency, energetic vibration lingers, you may be feeling that there is a, sort of an illumination around certain concepts for you, okay? And specifically as it pertains to the framework of love, as I'm getting a specific message coming through for a number of you, okay, here. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Love and light to you all. And I also, I'm back to mention that the second chapter of the Moon Manifestation Program is now live. It's launched. You can download your signs. Link in the box description below. For those of you who have not yet participated in the Moon Manifestation Program, it essentially speaks to the moon's cycle. Specifically in this chapter pertaining to the energy of the moon in the full moon period, right around the 1st to the 3rd, and as it trails down, wanes down into the new moon in Pisces. So the moon being right incredibly potent as a sort of guide frequentially for us through matters of manifestation. So if this is a focus for you, I take a sort of structured approach here as it pertains to each of the archetypes. So you can order the archetypes of interest for you. I highly recommend to, if you're going to order one sign, to order your moon sign. Okay, as you may feel that there is a synchrony with that, strongly so. Okay, love and light to you all again. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon, Libra. Bye.